count it down in 3, 2, 1.
So what's next for you, Mickey? What are you going to do?
Going straight, Bob. I'm gonna get a job, find myself a gal, or I don't know what people do nowadays. Build a barn, maybe. Paint the barn with the gal, put the gal in the barn, and...
Yeah, maybe.
You know, American dream, gal in a barn.
Yeah.
Now, you know that little boys like our Johnny have a penis.
The morning stream. If you have job, you wear the pants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for the 29th of May, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson.
Right.
That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Barreling ever closer to the end of May and
Yep.
the beginning of June.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Bring some June on, you know? It heated up yesterday. We got some sun, the clear skies, all that business. That's been it's been real weird around here. And then suddenly we got good weather, and I am loving it.
It was gorgeous yesterday. Went on an 8-mile bike ride. I basically did the one of the smaller loops that I do, and then I said, "Oh, there's a hill. I could tack on this other hill and just basically go up the hill, over a little bit, and then down the hill, just to kind of add on a little bit extra to the ride." And I did that, and
Nice.
and I feel great. Back is still hurting though. Like when I'm on the bike, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So that position is okay, but man, getting out of bed, it feels like I got C clamps on my spine on the back center.
That's not good. We need my Brian in full back health, you know?
I do, exactly.
Does it pop for you? Can you get it popped?
It doesn't. No, I can't even figure out specifically which part hurts. I can't zero in on the exact spot that hurts. But
Do your kids? So I don't know if Tristan does this. All three of my kids can do this whole, like, they'll turn and you hear a whole.
Oh yeah.
And they can do this with ease. I can't do it.
No.
As close as I get is this. I pop my knuckle.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets for Scott Johnson,
yeah,
and
you
I
heard
wish.
that. Look at that. Did y'all
Yeah,
hear
I
that?
wish I could though. I wish I could like just crank my neck and have all these things pop up and down like they do.
I don't know if you do. I mean, it's really just the release of like air pressure or something, isn't it? It's not like it's relieving. It's just
I don't know. They claim it is, but maybe they're up to
Really?
Maybe they're
Okay.
full of it. They could be full of it. They make claims all the time, Brian. I don't know about this generation of kids. You know, they think they got it all figured out.
oh,
Yeah. See. Oh man, is it high? Is it low? Is it mid?
it's low. It's like by my kidneys.
Oh, well, nobody likes the lower back stuff. I hate
Nobody
that.
likes the lower back stuff. It's probably my liver just finally saying, "Screw you! I'm getting back at you now. I'm gonna grow some tendrils, wrap them around your spine, and
Yeah, that's what your liver does after enough
that's
drinking.
what it is. After too much drinking, after too much gin, that's exactly what the liver does.
Yeah.
It just,
Come here for your medical advice, everybody. We know how the body works. All right, we're gonna get into it today. I got a call I want to start off with because it's in reference to you. Anytime HyperCard comes up, we have a conversation, right?
yeah.
And so we got a response about HyperCard, and
Love HyperCard. Yeah.
I think that's great. I feel like it's someone. It's one of us really when they call in. So
Kind
here,
of,
so
yeah.
here he is. If it'll
Hey
play.
there, guys. I was listening to TMS, and I'm really behind. Go figure. It was the episode about the eclipse, or right after the eclipse, excuse me. You guys were mentioning HyperCard. Brian had built some sort of application in HyperCard, a supercard. And it got me remembering when I was younger, I played a series of really wild adventure games called Ray's Maze on my old Macintosh. Did you guys ever play Ray's Maze? If you haven't, man, Google that. That is a wild piece of like adventure software from back in the day, like crazy freeware stuff. Anyways, peace. Love the show.
So I went and looked it
Oh,
up.
gosh.
I hadn't
Yeah.
heard of this, but it's called Ray's Maze, graphic adventure, released in 1990. It was created with the World Builder game creation system, created by this guy named Ray Dunnican. So it's named after him. Is it Dunnican?
Yeah, Dunnican.
Dunnican. Never heard that name before. Anyway, no formal training. Ray started working on this thing. on his family computer in 1989, created this thing. I'd never even heard of this game.
Never heard of this either, but boy, there are. Oh, actually, RayDunnigan.com. Look at that. He's got his whole
He's a dude. He's a regular dude doing dude things.
He just made something called A Mess of Trouble 2.0 for OS 10, now available in the Mac App Store. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
OS 10, you say?
Wow. Oh, yeah. Hey, he's got all kinds of stuff he's got going here.
Void Ruins, Temple of the Holy Mackerel. Look at this. It's good for him, man.
Look at that. Old stuff, new stuff. Something called Twisted Deluxe 2.2. These are all old black and white shit.
They're old black and white HyperCard looking. I mean, these are like, you can tell from that Mac Paint style of when you paint an area, fill an area with a pattern, and it's just this black and white weird repeating pattern over and over and over again.
Very weird. Very specific aesthetic back then, this look. It's very, very different. Yeah. It's one of the things I really want one of those play dates for, the little thing with the crank on it, the little yellow game machine.
Oh, yeah.
The style of the screen, it's monochrome, but the look of it is very like that early Mac game
Very
look.
much like this, yeah.
I love that stuff back in the day. It was so cool. Well, anyway, Ray Dunnigan, we see you. All right, buddy?
That's right. And good job, caller, on making us dig into that thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before, but it's cool.
That's awesome. We also have a theory on the P guy in the movie theater that I saw that did a 2.5 feet back thing and decided to arc it past me. Here's what he says. This is Dave in Toledo. Says, Scott, we call what you encountered an alpha P, and what you experienced was an alpha P and a dab. Brian, the only thing missing was truck nuts. So two things here.
Did he dab after he alpha P'd?
I don't know that he dabbed. He just well, when he says dab, does he mean like dab? Does he mean like the dab?
Is it used a piece of tissue paper to dab, or did he do the actual Yeah,
I think he probably means the former. I don't actually know, but thanks for that. Also, the truck nuts on that truck. Look, I know it's easy to stereotype truck drivers. We haven't gotten a bunch of feedback or anything from truckers or people that like trucks.
Oh, no, but I could follow up on that because I talked with Cyrenex about it, and he brought up something that makes a ton of sense, and he was the he reached out almost immediately. But basically, like truck people in long pickup trucks or big pickup trucks that back up like that are doing it because it's a lot easier for them to see pedestrians walking in front of them when they pull out and other cars than it would be if they were backing out of a spot and having their long truck bed come and stick out before they really get a chance to see if there's another car coming or pedestrians, even if they've got like a little camera on the back.
So do you think they're being altruistic about how they're parking? They're like actually.
I'd like to think that, Scott, and I feel like my world is a better place, whether or not the world is a better place, but my world is a better place if I think that that's the reason.
Well, 9/10 of everything you experience is just your own perception, right? So if we perceive them as doing a nice thing, well, then all right then. I
mean, I guess really 100% of what you experience is your perception. 90% of it is accurate.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, right? Yeah. Well, all right. We'd like to hear from like real truck people, though. We haven't had any so far. I checked the emails.
Real truck person.
I checked the emails.
I think the real truck people, we may not get more of a response, but also just kind of to put a little note on this. Still have not figured out who the actress was in my dream last night. I took another muscle relaxant last night, hoping that I'd see her again.
Yeah.
We talked about a little of this in a pre-show, but and thank you all for shouting out all the names that you've shouted out or sent in DMs and emails and posted on social media and in the Discord. So far, I've not been able to find her, but so it is absolutely entirely possible. Jeannie suggested this, that my mind has amalgamated several actresses during my sleep into somebody that has convinced my brain that it's real.
Right.
And that has even placed memories of seeing her in other TV shows as being real.
Yeah.
So that after I woke up, I still believe that she's real.
I think she has the truth of it. I think that's true.
I don't think so. I mean, but of course I'd say that because in my mind she's real, and I remember seeing her in TV shows. I just can't remember the damn TV shows that I've seen her in. But
yeah, it's
gonna happen that I'm going to see her in something, and then I swear to God, it's going to be like freaking carbonated meat. I'm going to like, there she is! Look, everybody, I wasn't imagining it. That's the woman.
You know, it would be funny if you watched like Bridesmaids and then found out that all the women in Bridesmaids are the one woman in your dream. Do you know what I mean?
Mushed together. It's Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. Just one big
Rose
amalgamation.
Byrne,
or whatever. Some movie with tons of women in it, and it turns out you've pushed them all together into one blob.
I mean, it's more likely that it's a combination of all those women that I find really attractive: Zooey Deschanel, Maura Tierney, basically like Kate Walsh.
Sure.
My gosh, everybody kept saying Kate Walsh. That was really funny.
A lot of Kate Walsh. Okay, I just checked the inbox, and we did get a couple of truck things, so I'm going to read these real quick.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
This came overnight. Lassie from Finland. It's probably said differently than Lassie. Lasse from. I don't know how you'd say Lassie.
Oh, sure.
Or Lace Lass. I don't know.
Lassa.
Their last name is impronounceable. It's Vinnicanafurta.
Not by human tongues. Like it's an alien language that our human tongues just cannot pronounce.
It's very weird. Anyway, it says, hi. People backing into parking spots because it is easier to see cross traffic when you are leaving. It's also easier to maneuver in a tighter space when the turning wheel comes in last. I've only heard Americans complain about this, so I'm left to conclude that this is one of the many things proving yet again that Americans just can't drive. Says Lassie. Best regards from Finland.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Boy. Well, we do get a lot of, so much, not so much, but the occasional American generalization, it cracks me up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Put us all in one little pot, one little hole.
Yeah.
Here's one from Josh. He says, hello. His subject is back that ram up. I love that. Says, former UPS driver here. So he's a UPS guy. He would have a good answer to this. I should call my brother because he does that. In driving school, we were taught to back into spots due to safety. If you clear that area first, you can safely back into the spot. When you leave, you are pulling forward and can see ahead of you, thus avoiding backing into anyone or anything. At UPS, any accident is your fault for not following your driver safety training. Love the show, Josh. So they don't even have, if you screw up in a UPS truck, someone hits you. Sounds like you gotta. It's your fault. Mm-hmm. You're busted. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that supports everything we've heard so far. One final one here from Justin. Let's see. Goes by Lord Scuttlebutt in the chat. Hola, bump and struggle. I am one of those annoying people who backs into parking spots nearly every time I park, and I'd love to defend this practice to you. Here goes. This just got here 18 minutes ago. That's why I didn't see it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so literally, like, while we've been recording the show, they responded.
Yeah, or pre-show or something. Anyway, it says, number one, it's safer. Instead of backing out with typical lousy visibility in the driveway, there are pedestrians where they're likely to be. Backing into spots puts me in a better position to see people as I leave. So, again, supports what you had heard. Number two, it's convenient. It's totally easier to back out than it's easier to back in than back out, particularly if you have a long vehicle. I got a long vehicle.
Okay.
Number three, Brian's just jealous that he sucks at backing in. Smiley face.
Oh, contraire. I have a little tiny. Listen, I've got the Kia Soul. I've amazed Tina with my ability to fit into spots that normal cars wouldn't be able to fit into, and the Kia Soul is the most. For as boxy as it is the most maneuverable damn thing ever, and I can like get into like parallel parking. Tina's like, I basically like will do a parallel park like that, and Tina will be like, that was really good. And I'm like, yeah, why isn't everybody around to see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of tiny cars for that very reason. I like the maneuverability. I like to be able to get into tight spots. Yep. I look like an idiot. I come out of the car 6'3", looking like a weirdo, but still, whatever.
like people like clown car is what they expect to see you.
Kind of, yeah. It's just like you're too tall for that tiny car, but I like it. He says, he goes on to finish. He says, for me personally, I make sure I don't tie up traffic when I'm backing in. I also use my indicators to make sure people know what I'm doing. As usual, I love what y'all do. Much love from a very hot Georgia, Lord Scuttlebutt. Well, thank you, Lord Scuttlebutt. A.k.a. Justin, we appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Love it.
But nothing about your actress lady. We didn't get any of that.
Nothing about my actress lady. No, that all came via DM, Twitter, threads, and Discord.
Yeah, just nobody else got in there. If any of
I really think I need a police sketch artist, because I mean, basically, if you just start with a picture of Wendy Malick, She's
your
like,
baseline.
She's your baseline. You start with Wendy Malick and you add much darker, like eyeliner, eyes. There's like a whole bunch of things maybe I need to do. Maybe I just need to Photoshop. I'll start with Wendy Malick and I'll start Photoshopping other things, and I will realize that
you could
that maybe it is an amalgamation of Wendy Malick and 4 other actresses.
I was going to say, you could take all those women, cut out their images, put them all, try to get the same pose if you can, and then you put them all. This isn't creepy at all for you to be doing at home by yourself, but anyway, put all those faces on your computer, start cutting away pieces that don't fit.
Right.
You might be left with what is the person, and then Jeannie's theory is either true or not,
Yeah. Jennifer Connelly, definitely not September, because I know her in anything. I'm currently watching her in something, and she's on my laminated card that I keep in my wallet. Boy Who Cried Wolf says, I guarantee it's someone from an SNL sketch. I'm very sure it's not, because I'm like, I can tell you everybody who's ever been on SNL, because I love that show and I study it. Even the and featuring even those people.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, yesterday somebody sent a message that I just thought was hilarious. They said, and again, let me preface this by saying what I'm about to say is not even close to being a spoiler, so don't freaking worry or mute.
Oh, God. Oh,
it's not. It's not a spoiler. It really isn't. He said, I'm about to see Furiosa. I 100% know what's going to happen to Chris Hemsworth's character. I can guess. And I wrote, there's no way you can guess this.
Yeah.
No way. Brian, you've seen the movie.
I've seen the movie.
I don't care who you are or what you think you think is going to happen. You really literally have no idea. This is, in fact, this reinforces how not a spoiler this is, because
we could give you 250 guesses and you still wouldn't.
You'd never get it. This is worse than the lottery. You'll never win it.
That's right. Exactly.
I promise you that. I promise.
Yeah.
Here's one quick clarification on tire pressure. We're staying with cars for a minute. Mm-hmm. That's what it says. Scott and Brian. The other day, this is Gene from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh yeah.
The other day you were talking about tire pressure on cars. Here's a fun fact. On every U.S. car, if you look on the inside frame of the driver's door, it will tell you what the tire pressure should be front and back. You may also go back to the regular scheduled program. Gene from Brooklyn.
You may now go back to your...
Or you may now, but yeah. I knew that this was true. And we reference it here and there. The problem, or the reason it came up, I don't remember why. It was because ours was going down in Vegas or something, and we had the hole or the 2 screws.
Oh, maybe, and you needed to figure out what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So we knew it was going down and what it should be, both from that number and also the indicator kept telling us. But yeah, that was a whole thing.
It doesn't hurt to reiterate this kind of stuff. A lot of people in the chat are saying, "How do people not know this already?" Listen, I watched an entire series of TikTok videos where millennials had their minds blown because they didn't know that when you flip down your little visor, your sun visor in your car, you could unhook it and extend it so that you've got a lot of positions where you can see where the block the sunlight. So you don't even have to keep it just on its regular axis. You can move it onto another axis.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I knew better, because that was also a surprise to me when I learned that. I had no idea.
Oh no! Like how recently though?
Like in the last year.
Oh, Scott!
I had no idea. Never knew those things pulled out.
Lets you drive, so.
No, I've been driving my entire life. I never knew those things pulled out.
You never knew that little telescoping. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, all news to me, and now really changed the way I block sun in the car.
It's like it's like I'm assembling Optimus Prime when I'm behind the wheel. It's like sun is over there.
Yeah, I just always assumed it was just like the 2 positions down. Well, yeah, up. So 3 positions: up, down, or turned, but never extended. That was news to me.
Yeah.
Had no idea. And then I thought, well, that'll be true in this Tesla that Wendy and I were in.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's Tesla. Yeah. And I go yanking on it. They don't do it. They don't extend.
So turns, pivots.
Nope.
Pivot. Yeah. It doesn't extend.
No.
Get out.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
That's lame.
Because now that I know this exists, I want it to be everywhere, and it wasn't in that car.
It doesn't create any extra, doesn't take away any extra space in the sun visor. Make them all extend. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's a tube in a tube.
Yeah.
Is all it is.
No, it's like finding out. What is it like? When I found that out, I was at first annoyed because I was like, has this always been true? Like when I was a kid, would the cars do this? Probably.
My Chevette, like I remember every car, starting with my Chevy Shovette. Yes, folks, I drove a vet.
Yeah, always tell the girls when you're in high school that you drive a vet.
That's what I would tell them. I said, "Hey, want to ride to lunch in my vet?" And they're like, "You have a Corvette?" I said, "I have a Shovette." They said, "Well, shove it."
Yeah, shove it, Brian. Chevrolet Shovette.
The Chevy Shovette.
Yeah.
My Corolla had it, my Geo Tracker had it, my Volkswagen Beetle had it, and my I think that's the last one I had before the Soul was the Beetle.
Lucky Phil says his X-Trail from Nissan. What the hell's an X-Trail? Is that an Australian-only Nissan, probably? Because I don't think they're here.
But how are you supposed to go on trails if you can't block the sun?
It is available in Japan and Europe and Australia. That's why it's not here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cool-looking car.
Really, the X-Trail? Now
Phil, you're driving around in this?
Nissan
cool.
X-Trail.
Big old SUV. You look like a soccer mom, dude. I mean, it's not nothing fancy here, but
it's kind of it's kind of cool. A little squashed down. It looks like a little bit of a. It's got a little Rogue to it.
A little bit of a Nissan Rogue vibe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Australian models went on sale 2014. Diesel variants and petrol, as you guys say. All right. Yeah. Well, that's good stuff.
Thank you, Ed Woodman. Nope, not Christine Baranski yet. I'd recognize Christine Baranski's face anywhere because she's got a very, very unique look to her.
2024, the year that all Scott can think of is Furiosa, and all we can think of in the chat room
That's right.
Is this woman Brian is trying to find.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I remember her all the way back from Reversal of Fortune when she played Klaus von Bülow's new wife after he offed Glenn Close.
Oh, my Lord. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That was a thing?
Yeah, that was a thing.
Like extended sun visors. I'm learning new things every day.
Good. Excellent. Well,
all right. We're going to get Dunaway in here. We're also going to bring one of you in now. One of you needs to be the third person to dial into my Discord and PM me and say, hey, I want to play today, or whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter what you say. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take the third person, kind of like, stories are told in the third person. Mm-hmm. You play
generations.
Yeah. You play Assassin's Creed in third person. Brian Dunaway talks to himself in the third person. Just kidding. He doesn't really do that. Here's this. Hey, Dunaway, what are you doing, you weirdo?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
Brian's glad to be here today.
Is he? Well, that's good. Are you glad to be here?
He's talking about himself in the third person.
Oh, I see what he did. Yeah, no, you do listen. You're always listening. Did you know? Let's be honest. Be totally honest with us here. When did you find out that sun visors pull out and not just flip? When did you know that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, see?
Just kidding. So are you talking about the? No, you're talking about the sun visors in your car?
In your car. You know how they can pull? Yeah. They pull out, extend like way.
Yeah. So if you rotate it around its little hinge, right? Exactly.
And you knew that some pull out.
Boyfriend, some of them don't pull out.
Right.
Yeah, because nice. No, I'm not a weirdo. I knew that.
You knew that. Okay. That's fine. I'm trying to figure out why I'm the only adult in any room that doesn't know about this until this year. I cannot.
Did you know you can pull the little head things out on a lot of cars too, like little headrest things in the back? That
go I did know that. Yeah, that I was aware of.
Did you know that some cars, if you hold down the unlock button for an extended period of time, the windows will let down?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
That's news to me.
I had a Nissan unlock button on your key fob, right?
Yeah. I had a Nissan Altima that did that. I discovered that accidentally one day. I was going out in my car and I was like, bloop, bloop.
Wow.
I couldn't hear it, and all of a sudden the windows let down. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't ask that feature.
Someone showed me that they had this was back when you actually unlocked a car by sticking a key into the door handle.
Well, hello.
Hello.
But they showed me that if you put the key in the door handle and then turn it the opposite way than you would normally turn it to unlock it, it would roll down all the windows in the car.
Yeah, I had one that did that too. I think it was at a Volkswagen I had it did that. I can't remember. That was You know what's important, Scott? I bet you every bit of the information we just discussed is in the owner's manual, which you've never looked at ever, not once.
Nobody reads the manual. RTFM.
Name somebody who's actually popped that open and sat there and read the damn thing. Nobody. That's the answer.
Let's see what kind of washer fluid goes in this.
Other than maybe our Nissan X-Trail owner, Lucky Phil, who's now in the call. Hi, Lucky Phil.
That's who it is. Cool.
Oh, hi there. How you doing?
I'm good. You? How are you?
Oh, yeah, doing all right for 1:41 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I always forget what time it is there. You guys with your times.
Yeah.
It's good to have you on. This is perfect. I'm thinking a lot about Australia for this week for various reasons. So you might be able to guess, and I won't get into. But it's good to have you here. Hey, do you guys have maggot pits?
They're very mad and maxi, I believe.
Do you guys have maggot pits over there where you can you heal up and you get your severed arm gets taken care of, that sort of thing?
Do you want me to let you know when you're going too far?
I wouldn't call that a spoiler.
No, I'm not calling it a spoiler, but the I promise not to talk about it a lot from yesterday.
Yeah. You know what? Just hold. Brian needs to hold up a hand or something when I've done it. But I do have. Okay, I got one question for you though. This is a real one. Chris Hemsworth in an interview promoting the film, somebody said to him, "Were you excited about this?" And he just gushed about how stoked he was, and the reason he was stoked is he says this. He says, "Britain has Harry Potter. The U.S. has Star Wars. We have Mad Max." And that to us, this is as big as any of those things are to the places they were born. And everybody everywhere always wants to have something to do with it. Do you think that's true? Like from your perspective, from your little perch up there in the northern, wherever the hell you are, what do you think of that?
Yeah, well, in Sydney they don't have as much of a film industry, but in Queensland they do. And I know that there's a whole bunch of movie studios, Warner Brothers, all that. And they've brought a lot of money into the local economy there.
Sure, but I mean, like fandom wise, do they get stoked the way that we do about Star Wars and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's very hard to get as excited about entertainment stuff as Americans.
Yeah, that's probably true, right?
A bit attacked here, a little bit.
Well, don't worry, Dunaway.
Yeah. We are in a country where people line up for a brand new Krispy Kreme donut shop. You're not wrong.
Wait, you know where a new Krispy Kreme shop is? What time should I be there?
If you hurry, you can get there. Yeah.
Yeah. They finally the what's the chicken place that was huge for a while?
Cane's.
Cane's where they were wrapping around the block and stuff. That's finally starting to chill.
Yeah, from an outsider looking in, it seems to me like Americans. It's like you're either extreme one way or another, and it's like there's a lot of in the middle, guys. Let's settle down, calm down,
be in the middle, like Lucky Phil over here. Yeah. Well, let's find out if Phil's lucky today with this subject and context.
Phil's already been lucky to talk to us.
You won't feel lucky when you hear this topic. You guys ready? It's time to play the Tadpool feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics. Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us, and it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Lucky Phil, your lucky job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Ooh, that's a good way. That's a name brand game.
That's a big game.
Brand game.
Yeah.
I can Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Sure.
Hi-Fi Rush is the other game you get.
Oh, shit!
Nice.
Wow, those are both good.
Wow. Dude, Hi-Fi Rush is one of the best games of last year. Like, top 3.
How'd you get these top tier games?
These came from Wesley. Thank you, Wesley, for sending these.
Wesley must have got a raise, huh?
Jeez, yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, I'm taking these games back and keeping them for myself. You're getting a copy of Fashland,
and I am Fish. No, that's great. These are very good, Phil, as you may know. So let's try to win.
They are. Actually, if I win a Hi-Fi Rush, that's great. If I win Like a Dragon, I have that already, so that one can be recycled.
All right.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. In other words, it goes to me. All right, cool. Excellent. I love hearing that. Let's get to our game here. We asked 499. That's right.
Wow, that's more than usual, right? That's a high number.
More people are discovering and filling out the survey, and so we're up to 499 people for this one anyway. We asked them to give their best answer to this. Put your hands on your buzzers and tell me, what's your favorite old people first name?
Oh,
Scott.
Winston.
Show me Winston.
Shit.
10 answers on the board still. What's your favorite, Brian? What's your favorite old person name?
I'm being cautious. I don't want to say anybody's old person name. They don't like they're old, but I'm going to go with Betty. Oh, hi, Betty.
Oh, hi, Betty.
Betty. Oh, hi, Betty. Show me Betty. I had to look really quick again.
Oh, man.
No Betty.
No Betty.
But I like Betty.
So now we move on to Phil.
That goes
Phil,
all the way back to the Stone Ages.
Betty does,
Betty,
yeah.
I will say Betty was on the list. Winston, one person said Winston. Betty had. So I guess here's what we'll do.
You bet, Betty.
If Betty actually was at least in the top. Okay, yeah, Betty was number 47. So if Phil's answer is lower than 47, then Brian, you're going to get control. That's the way we're going to do things. Phil, do you have a guess?
I don't know many young people called Harold.
Yeah,
Harold. That's a good one. Hello,
Show
Harold.
me Harold. Oh, how do I do this? Harold is number 5.
Oh,
you're on the board. Look at you.
You get to choose who you want to play with, and they're going to get these first 5 points.
I think I'll go with Old Man Johnson.
Yeah.
He know all he's got to do is just name his friends, right?
His friends, right? Exactly. All right, show me Harold. There you go. 5 points for Scott, and
Nice.
and Lucky Phil also for Scott.
All right, Phil. I like the name Henry, but I don't know if that's old enough. You know, like it feels like it's popular again, so maybe it's not a great choice given who we're asking in the chat.
I know a few Henrys, but then again, I'm in my 40s myself, so
sure.
I don't know.
Sure. I mean, we almost
question's
named.
not shown at the top. What's the exact question phrasing? Give me that.
Sure. What's your favorite old people first name? And old people in quotes.
Okay.
Like, what's your favorite old people first name?
Oh yeah, it usually says up here. It doesn't say it today.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird. We just got 3 dots. Got an ellipses.
Oh, I wonder if the quotation marks F things up.
Oh, maybe.
No.
Maybe. Could be. Syntax.
Yeah, broke things.
So I lean Harold. So my mother-in-law's name is Frances, and I feel like nobody does that anymore. No offense to her, although offense in some other ways, but not in that way. So those are the 2 that jumped to my head. What do you think? What do you have?
With Francis, I think you're right, but it wouldn't be a popular answer. I don't know. Yeah.
How about Ebenezer?
Like, you're technically right, but I'm not sure if it would be in the public consciousness enough, you know?
Yeah. No one names a kid Melvin anymore.
That's true.
Like Mel or Melvin. Brian, let's go Melvin. We're doing Melvin.
Okay. All right.
Do Melvin.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Show me Melvin.
Shit.
Let's see, because I would have combined Mel and Melvin. Melvin. Next. No. Oh yeah, there's Melvin, number 67 in the list.
Jeez, that's about the age Melvin would be. So that's fine.
That's about right. Yeah. All right. So back over to you, Brian. Name an old people first name.
I'm really thinking. I'm trying to imagine how many of these Tadpool feuders said, "Wouldn't it be funny if we said Scott?"
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to go with Scott.
Why? All right, fine.
Show me Scott.
Oh, that is some horse shit.
You know the Tadpool. 6 points, number 6.
That's just the Tadpool being a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, man.
Kind of is.
You mean Tadpool being in his natural state? Whatever.
Lame.
Exactly.
That'd never happen, right?
I mean, to be fair, they did say it was their favorite.
Yeah, they did say it was
Favorite
their
old
favorite.
people name.
Oh, that's right.
That's true, yeah.
Pick the one.
Well, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't burn myself, so I'm not going to go for that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with. I'm going to have to go with Alfred.
Alfred.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a smart move. You're doing things that are referential to other topics. This is a good idea. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. All right, show me Alfred.
Oh, come on. No. That
I have
felt
to double
good.
check because I'm trying to be really good about shortenings and nicknames and things like that for the names you choose.
So you didn't go Betty White or Alfred from Batman. Two great old names.
Well, yeah, exactly. 45. Number 45 is Alfred in the list.
All right. So on the core, a very popular segment is when John does a Dear Martha letter.
Oh, that's good.
And
Yeah,
it feels
that's a
like
good
that
one, yeah.
inherently might come up because people listen to that show. So
That's my mom's name too.
Is it Martha Dunaway? Oh,
No,
shut up! I get it
yes.
now. I get it. Why did you say that name, Brian Dunaway?
Yeah, what was the
There you go.
origination of that that joke, that core joke, the Dear Martha? What?
Don't
Trying to
know.
remember what it was.
I don't know. What was it?
Oh, it was me here on TMS.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
wait a minute. You started doing? When did you do
Yeah.
those? I don't remember that. When was this?
Before, because you even used like, hey, John's
Dear
doing your
Martha.
Martha thing on core.
Oh my gosh, I'd
just in
forgotten
case you
all
hear it.
about that. All about it. Well, anyway, I don't know.
It's fine because he does it far, far, far better.
He
Than,
does
than I ever
he
did,
does a
so
real good job.
He does. He does it very, very well.
Let's say Martha and see how we do.
Say
there.
Martha.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Show me Martha.
Oh my gosh.
Number
Nice.
4. 4 more points,
course.
bringing you guys up to 9. Scott and Phil at 9. Brian at 6.
9-6.
Okay, so now we know where their heads are at. We got to figure this out. Oh gosh, what would they put Brian on here as just a double up joke? Like
That's not funny.
get both hosts. Do you know what I mean though? Like they're trying to be funny even if they're not, and they're saying, "Oh, Brian and
What?
Scott
The
are both on
Tadpool
here."
trying to be funny? Come on now. You're kidding, right?
I feel like there's a decent chance. You know what? Well, Phil, what do you think?
I've never met a young person called Frank.
It's a good point. I don't know any Franks either. And Frank
Matter of
is
fact, old man Frank. That makes sense.
old man Frank's.
Really, it's right there. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad actually. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Frank. Franklin. Yeah,
Show me Frank.
that's good.
Number 9 was a tie for
Maud,
Frank
that
and
is
Maud.
funny.
That's
I was going to
good
say
points.
Harold and Maud. I was going to say that earlier. That's great.
Frank and Maud, my favorite horror movie.
So my nephew is named. He has an old man name. His name is Abraham. They call him Abe.
Oh, can you sing the song?
Is there a song? What song? Tell me what song. I still don't know what that is.
See
no.
my old friend Abraham. Has he gone away?
I don't know that one either.
Yeah, that's
Abraham,
it.
Martin, and John.
You
that's
nailed
the-
it. Yeah, you got it.
Let's try that one. Abraham.
Okay.
Let's see what
All
we
right.
get.
Show me Abraham.
Damn it.
Abraham or Abe made it to number 44 in the list.
Lower than I would have guessed. All right, Dunaway. What do you got, man?
How about Charles? I know it stings a little bit, people, but that name's been around for a while.
That's right. Not a baton. Don't listen, Chuck.
That's right.
Show me Charles, Charlie, or Chuck. Amazingly, number 33 was all those different versions of Charles.
Sure, I know a lot of little kids named Charlie. So
Yeah.
it's still a popular thing.
Charlie. Well, but the Charlie's cute.
Yeah.
Their
it
body
is.
How many
fingers
many
and stuff,
Charleses do you know? Somebody walks around and goes, "Hello, Charles."
Right.
Other than in charge, you don't know Benny.
All right, you guys each have one strike left to put this miserable game out of its misery.
What is the I just can't think of anything that's like referential enough now. Now we're just left with old people names.
That's what I was hoping for.
How about
Queen Anne. Oh,
I mean there's old like shit. I can't think of anything. How about
that's probably the old. That's probably the old getting you.
my grandma's name was Dolores. That's very rare now.
Oh,
That is.
yeah.
Has Albert been mentioned?
But
Albert?
did Seinfeld bring it back to popularity?
Oh, good point. Dolores. Albert's not bad. Oh, shit.
You should try Albert.
No, I feel like you shouldn't want us to do that. You know what? Let's get Albert out of the shit. Let's do Albert.
You think it's in the can?
Yeah, it might be in there. Let's do it.
All right.
Albert.
All right.
In the can.
Show me. Oh, hold on a second. Show me Albert. Just checking on something. Okay, show me Albert.
Damn
I was about to say,
Damn
they didn't have Alfred. They're not going to have Albert.
Yeah, Albert. Let's see. Where is it here? Albert. I'm sure somebody said it.
Wouldn't be 11, would it?
74. No, that's actually what I
Damn.
double checked is to see if it was number 11, just in case. Yeah, Albert tied for 74th with one person suggesting it.
Surprised it's so low. Jeez.
Yeah, I am too. All right,
There's got
Brian.
to be some we're not thinking of. How about
Well, there are.
Yeah.
old Ben Kenobi?
Ben?
So Ben
Benjamin?
or Benjamin?
Old Ben.
You want it
No.
to be actual old Ben Kenobi. That's what you're
You just
saying?
want the full,
Yeah.
the full name. Is what
On
you're
the full name sounds like a Tadpool thing to say.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Haven't heard that name, but no.
Well,
I see what you did there.
you have 4 minutes to do
Yeah.
it, but whatever. You take your time.
I have 4 minutes. Oh, I
That's
got
all
the
any of
time
us
in the
have.
World, then
Yeah.
I'll just sit back. How about oh my gosh, there's so many freaking old people names. I'm just going through. Like Irene was a grandparent. I had one of those. Alice has been around forever.
Oh,
Does anybody
yeah.
call it Alice now? I love the name Alice.
That stuff's coming back.
gonna
There's
do-
a lot of old people names coming back right now. Kids are
Yeah.
popping right now. So yeah.
they're coming back.
Yeah.
How about Aloysius? Is that on there?
Okay,
No.
I'm taking that as your guess because you're running out of time. What are you going to do?
Gesundheit.
You got giving you 5 seconds to actually come up with an answer, Brian.
Let's do it.
Fine.
Aloysius.
Aloysius. Throw it up there.
Aloysius. Okay, show me Aloysius. No, but surprisingly, Aloysius did pretty well. Let's see, ALO.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Number 29. So actually higher than some of those other names that you mentioned. Let's get to the answers here. Show me number 1 on the board. Gertrude.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. I don't think that one's coming back, by the way. There's no new
No.
Gertrudes.
Maybe Trudy. Maybe as a Trudy.
Oh,
kind of
Trudy's
thing.
cute. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Ethel.
Ethel.
Oh, shit.
Ethel.
Ethel's
That's
good.
a
I think
good
actually Amy Robinson actually named most of these in chat, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
nice. How's her leg doing?
Still sore, and she's in a
Yeah.
boot, and Chuck is taking good care of her.
Oh, good. That's good.
Old man Chuck.
Yeah.
Old man Chuck. Show me number 3. Mildred.
Oh, come on. I
Mildred.
probably said Mildred.
No,
No,
we
nobody said Mildred.
think we may have bounced it. I can't remember.
You guys, I think, did bounce it. Number 7. Agnes. It was a tie for Agnes, Margaret, and Walter. Decided on these last 4 that I would
Walter's
just
a really good one.
lump ties in. Yeah, Agnes, I think is.
They were like all Walton. They sound like Walton kids or something from the
They
Waltons.
do,
Every one
yeah,
of those.
Yeah.
Agnes, Margaret, Walter. It's time to go.
Little house on the prairie. It's Agnes, Margaret, and Walter.
Yeah.
You guys did bounce this one around. Number 8, Henry or Hank,
Henry.
Richard
Yeah.
or Dick, and Ruth.
Oh, we should have done Dick.
Dick Ruth.
Done Dick.
Yeah.
Should have done Dick.
That's a show title.
After Lucky Phil called everyone dicks, we should have done Dick.
That's right. It's just the chat or the tadpole being dicks.
Just the
Finally,
tadpole.
number 10, Barbara, Gerald, or Jebediah.
Oh, look how many of these
Barbara.
died. That is.
You know what I'm
Still
shocked
missing.
about, Brian? I'm shocked there's no Karen on here. I thought there would be. Just because,
Karen's low on the list. By the way, Brian, you and I, we're down to 32. Scott in the top
Ooh, good
10.
job.
Brian all the way down, number 32. 11 was Agatha. Then you had Archibald, Elmer, Eugene, Eunice, Herbert,
Eunice.
Horace.
Is the greatest name.
Bernard, Bertha,
Bertha.
Clarence, Edith, Edna, Eleanor, Evelyn, Gladys, Mabel, Ralph,
Ralph.
Amelia, Chester. There's Dolores down there at number 35. Estelle,
Yeah.
Lawrence, Matilda, Myrtle. How did Myrtle
Myrtle.
not get higher?
Yeah,
I
Myrtle
know it.
should have been up
That's
there.
a great name.
Beatrice,
Mhm.
Cecil.
Cecil.
Scott, you mentioned Ebenezer. That was down at 52.
Eh.
Ezekiel. I mean, that's pretty dang old.
Ezekiel.
Geraldine. Yeah. Helen, Hiram, Homer, Janice, Karen down at number 66. Mortimer, Ophelia.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Vern or Verna down at 73. Anyway, some great names.
That's
there.
great.
So,
Love it. Well done, everybody. And also well done, Lucky Phil. Even though we all zeroed out, you still won. You
Yeah.
got your
Yeah,
prize.
Thanks, dude.
And you're gonna be stoked because that game Hi-Fi Rush is freaking rad. It's very good,
amazing game.
Yeah,
Love it.
You should play the hell out of that, and then we'll give we'll hold over the Yakuza for another winner.
Yeah, that's not what it said.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
So I really will hold it over for somebody else. I won't give it. I won't.
Sure,
give it away to
you
myself.
will.
Sure.
You get you get a Grandma Flurry.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Give our best.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Give our best to I don't know, dingoes or whatever it is you do there. Bye. All right.
Nothing better than being insulted as you're being hung up on.
Exactly. Speaking of insults, you and I are going to get together this weekend, Brian Dunaway, and we're going to watch, or we're going to get together and talk about a old video game. Tell the folks what we're doing on Play Retro this Friday.
Well, this week in honor of Burger Day this week, we're playing some Burger Time, originally known as Burger in Japan, but we decided. No, Hamburger in Japan. That's what it was. Yeah. And so, but they thought maybe that was like copyrighted. So they said, how about Burger Time? I was like, sure, why not?
They just called it Hamburger? That's boring.
Hamburger. That would have been a better name, I think. No, I like Burger Time pretty good.
Burger Time's
and,
good.
And yesterday was Hamburger Day, so it's very appropriate that you guys are doing that this week. Yeah.
I don't know who he was making hamburgers for, but walking over those platforms and making those giant burgers while running from wieners and eggs over easy.
And eggs over easy, yeah. And and pickles. You pepper. I like pepper on things. So how is it a bad thing to put pepper on eggs? Why do the eggs not like it when you pepper them?
Oh, I don't know.
They don't not like it. They just freeze for a second. They're like, whoa.
I don't know. They treat them like they act like it's like salt on snails or something. It's weird.
Yeah, they really freak out.
Yeah, love that game though. So we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. Its origins, its impact, and whether or not it's worth playing today. Find out Friday at 1:30 Mountain Time at frogpants.tv or at the podcast afterwards. Brian Dunaway, would you like to kiss our butts? You already said no you. All right. All right, we're going to take my screen's going to take a dump. Here we go. We're going to take a break and play a song. When we come back, Tom Merritt will join us. We have Recommentals and more. Stick around. Brian, take it away. What do you got?
Yeah, we're going with a band called Aqua Surge. Maybe just Aqua Surge. AQUASERGE. This is great. They have a brand new album that just came out Friday called The Fin de l'Economy. They previously collaborated with Stereolab, Tame Impala. I mean, these guys are legit. They're very cool, and this song is very cool as well. This song is called Les Sauts du Tigre. It is the brand new single from Le Fin de l'Economie by Aqua Surge.
Oh my gosh.
Butchered all of that for your enjoyment.
I surely did. That'll be right after we'll be back, everybody. After the song. Stay tuned.
The last pages are sealed in an aluminum tube that I shoved up my ass.
Lieutenant Anus.
We're back. Who was that again? Say it one more time.
That was that was Aqua Surge from the brand new album La Fin de l'Economie. A song called what is it again? It is Les Sauts du Tigre.
That all sounds somehow correct. Somehow, I don't know how.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's have a little Merritt here on the show.
Sure.
I think that'll be good. It's always good to talk about tech and what's happening in that part of the
show
world.
Was without Merritt until now.
Now it will be with Merritt.
We want Tom.
He is here to talk about technology news because that's what he does. He comes here on Wednesdays. We talk about what's brewing in the tech world so that he can make a daily tech news show later all about it. Tom Merritt, welcome back to the show. Oh, he's muted. I don't hear him.
Muted, Tom.
Muted.
There
we go. Now I hear him. I hear him now. Hi, Tom Merritt. How are you?
Hi, Scott. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hi. We are good.
We are good.
How are you?
How are you?
I am also not a robot.
Oh, good.
I'm good. I kind of want to talk about this big Google search document leak, but I don't have all the information yet.
That never stopped Scott and I before.
The quick version is that an apparent leak of thousands of documents that appear to come from an internal Google API were released on GitHub, shared by SparkToro co-founder Rand Fishkin, and they give a glimpse into how Google's algorithm may work. Some people on one end of the reaction spectrum to this are incensed because it seems to show that Google lied about how its algorithms work. There are other people on another end of the spectrum saying, hold on, these documents are 5 years old. I don't think they apply to PageRank, which is the main way Google ranks its search engine algorithm. They seem to apply to other things. And so I don't know who to believe at this point. The documentation is being poured over by every search engine optimizer in the world, of course. But yeah, Search Engine Land has probably the best article so far on it, and they're sort of not making a moral judgment on it, just saying here's what appears to be in the documents. But yeah, this is going to cause a big stir in search engine ranking and search engine optimizer. Yeah.
Now you learn how to cheat, basically, or how to
or
game
do
the system
you?
at least.
It's kind of 5 years old at this point.
Yeah.
And the reaction seems to be more like, they told us it worked this way and it doesn't. I'm mad.
Sure.
You know, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I had to guess, and I'm just guessing, this is a tempest in a teapot.
Things probably have changed so dramatically in 5 years that the rules don't apply. These rules.
This ends up not being as bad as some people think, and not being useful at all.
Well, wouldn't it wouldn't be useful if it was today and not 5 years ago, because they'll just pivot and change and tweak it. It's not like suddenly everyone has a new secret that they can now exploit because it's permanent. They'll just change it.
Especially because it's older documentation, right?
Yeah. So I think I agree with you, but it's still sort of interesting. My favorite headline is Google's precious search recipe exposed in a huge leak. I like that they call it a recipe. That's pretty cool.
Nice
recipe. Yeah. No, one of the things in the documents is it's 2 parts coriander.
Wow, more than I thought.
Scandal. A lot of people
that's
don't like
5 years
coriander.
old. They may use more or less coriander now. We have no idea.
So do you think? I mean, the fallout is what? If you had to guess, it's just they don't like leaks. Obviously, nobody wants to have their trade secrets out there. But it just quietly kind of goes away, and they don't really address it. I'm sure Google probably doesn't have much. But what they even say? What are they going to tell us? Nothing.
I don't know. Google hasn't spoken on it yet.
Right.
So I'll be curious to see what their reaction is when they actually make a statement about it. You know, do they deny that these are valid documents? Do they say what the line is from some of the more conservative reactions to this, which is this is not what you think it is. This is about a different API and it's old and out of date. That's kind of where I guess they'll just show up, or do they? I don't know. I'll be curious how they respond. In the end, to answer your question, I don't think it impacts our lives much at all. Maybe a couple of SEO folks out there get a little insight and learn a couple of tricks, maybe at best. But in the end, I think this just all blows over and everybody forgets about it.
Yeah, probably. And then they hope they never do it again. When I first saw it, I went, "Oh, is this like a data leak? Like everybody's Google credentials?" Somehow unencrypted password. I didn't know what this meant.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
This is all about ranking websites.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good leak, really. When you all things considered, this is one of the better leaks we've had in a long time.
Yeah, if you're going to have a leak, have it be this leak. This isn't too bad. It's much better than saying 8 million Android users were exposed or something weird like that.
Right.
So
here's what I think I may have found as the key factor here. The documents seem to say that links matter. PageRank, the old way of ranking links, is alive. And PageRank for a website's homepage is considered for every document. That's what a lot of people are saying. Google lied. Google said that links are not a top 3 ranking factor, and that links matter less for ranking. And Search Engine Land says 2 things can be true at once. This doesn't prove Google spokespeople have lied about links not being a top 3 ranking factor or links mattering less for ranking. We don't know how any of these features are weighted. The fact that PageRank is still considered could mean it's still not a top 3. It could be number 4 or number 5.
Sure. Well, we'll see what they say about it or whatever. I feel like every company's got their trade secrets, especially in tech. and they're not going to tell you how they do stuff. You know, they're not going to be 100% publicly accurate when they talk about how their search engine works. Why would they? They don't want, you know, it's very competitive space, and they want to stay on top. And why would they? So, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this is business. So, I guess get used to it.
Yeah. It's a great lesson in people really are looking to find out things that verify their previous beliefs. In this case, a lot of people think Google is unfair to them in the SEO space. And so as soon as they saw these documents, they're like, aha, see, they've been unfair. And a lot of other people are saying, well, hold on, I don't know that it really says that. So
yeah, and the only way to find out, see, this is an interesting point, because fairness in search engines is a weird idea, because the people who are trying to capitalize on or gamify it or get it to work in their best interests so that their sites are shown first, they have a very specific motive in this. There's no world where it's as fair as they want it to be, quote unquote fair. What they really want is like, well, I want to know exactly how it works so that I can just use it the way I want to. Well, Google's never going to do that. Like, if they did that, then then the whole system's ruined because everything is gained. The system is gained. So I don't know what they expect. That seems like a weird thing to. They've been unfair. No, they haven't. They've kept you from gaming the system. What would be
reasonable to expect is like, I just want to know what the rules are so that I can, know if I'm not at the top of search results, why that is, right? I think that's reasonable without giving me the secret sauce that people can then game. Explain to me what the important things are to make a good website, and I don't know that there's anything in here that makes it look like Google was secretly doing an entirely different thing while they were telling folks like, oh no, it's all about this.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to say the least. We'll talk about that more today on the Daily Tech News Show, along with a few other things. How Archive has been DDoSed for like the last week or something.
Yeah,
that's been a problem for me because I've got a whole bunch of old shows up there where people can access just ancient archives. Like Current Geek is up there, a whole bunch of the older ones.
Oh yeah,
and
a bunch of old DTNSs are up there too.
Yeah, and so people have been writing me going, "Hey, I can't get the old archives," and I'm like, I think it's not. I think it's being attacked. It's not me.
You have that many people, going after your old archives.
It surprises me, and it only comes up. I only ever get questions when something's down. So I should probably be more forward thinking on that and like make it more. I don't know. I'm always surprised by it. It's like I'm trying to get the final score from 2011 to download. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. You still want that? Here you go. I'll give you another link. Anyway,
who besides publishers would go after Internet Archive? Like the only people that don't like Internet Archive are like book publishers and record labels and folks who are in opposition to their wide interpretation of fair use. So I'm not saying the publishers are doing the DDoS. I'm saying like I don't know who would do a DDoS against Archive.
It's very weird. It's a strange target, but I don't know. Sometimes people just want to watch the world burn. We learned that from Alfred. Also a very old person's name. Well, there you go, Tom. We're gonna hang out later today doing all this. Tell me what else is happening that you'd like people to know about.
Yeah, I'll be writing up what I do find. I'm about to dig into the search engine stuff, and if I find out more, the first place you'll see it is in my newsletter, freetechnewsletter.com. Today's issue, the Wednesday issues, are always for the paid subscribers, but Free Tech Newsletter comes every Thursday, so you'll get an access to something that I write every Thursday if you sign up, and for like less than a couple of cents a day, you can get it Monday through Friday. So go check that out at freetechnewsletter.com.
Nice. I really enjoyed your let's see, what day was it? The 24th. You did one. Your title was "All Your AI Fears Are Belong to Us." I really enjoyed that one. That was great.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciated that headline. I was entertaining myself with it as well.
And also not much of a coffee drinker, but you put a photo in there that made me want to become a coffee drinker.
Oh, that place is great. Yeah. It's in Eagle Rock, and it was one of those places like, okay, it's real fancy. I'm sure their coffee's good, and then you taste it, and you're like, oh my gosh, it was incredible.
That looks amazing. And like I say, I don't even drink it, but I want that. Well, Tom Merritt, thanks for hanging with us. You find him where you love him, wherever you may find Tom Merritt. He's there. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Discord being funky. Let's get in the what do we? Oh yeah, Recommentals. You know how we do.
Yeah, I know how this works.
Yeah, you've been here before. You know what's up. Let's get Randy, Nicole, and that's really it.
Yeah. And end of list.
End of list. Yeah, it sounded like I was really going to go on and just talk about more and more people, but really that's it. Let's see what they're up to.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, it's time for Recommentals. That's things we've seen on streaming that we think you guys might enjoy. And joining us already, we have Randy Jordan. Hi, Randy.
Good morning stream. I am back from my exciting moment of watching ads while you talk to Tom.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm just so glad that we can advertise for money to go to Jeff Bezos. I mean, that's really what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And whatever you guys were talking about, I learned all about Sargento cheese and T-Mobile
Fantastic.
and Norelco razors.
Excellent. This is why this is why I recommend to people in my life the YouTube Premium, because man, it's the one subscription I don't think I'm willing to let go of. That's how much I appreciate it now. And it's not just ads; it's other stuff too. But never get ads over here. It's great.
It makes such a difference. I'm so with you. Yeah.
And if Twitch had an option like that, I'd probably do it.
It'd be interesting if Twitch had an option like that you could sell to your subscribers. I don't know I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't either, but I like where your head's at. I like it.
Yeah, I just don't love Jeff Bezos getting richer. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, he's got enough money. Stop, Jeff Bezos. Let's not stop Nicole Spag though. Hi, Nicole Spagnolo. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
We sure can. Are you in a car? It sounds like a car.
I am in a car. Mateo's with me. Mateo, do you want to say hi? Ooh.
He's such a goofball, dude. You're a cool kid now. I feel like you grew up and now we don't see you anymore, so we need to come out to Missouri and see how much you've grown.
Yes, or we should go back to Utah, right? That would be nice.
Yeah, come on down.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question for Matteo. Matteo, do you have any interest in going to Disneyland again soon?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Probably always does.
Okay.
I do too, if it makes any difference.
Yeah.
If we're taking a poll.
I mean,
we're all going to Disneyland.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean,
I'm on my way.
It's the happiest place on earth. Let's go. Let's get in there. Well, it's good to have you all here. We're going to get into our Recommentals, and we're going to start with Brian today. And Brian, why don't you set up this clip and tell us what we're in for here?
This is a movie that when it came out last year, I put it on my list to get notified as soon as it was available on one of my streaming services. And it recently was added to Amazon Prime. And so here you go, Jeff Bezos. Here's some money for it. And I'm glad it was, and I enjoyed it tremendously. And you're going to hear a couple people in a diner talking about time travel.
Nice. Here we go.
Are you changing the fabric of reality or whatever just by existing?
No, of course not.
You kill some butterfly and the world ends, yeah? There's a thing like that. Jurassic Park and shit.
I don't know, I haven't been there.
Or is it with every small decision you create a whole new reality, like a multiverse with an infinite number of timelines?
No, that's ridiculous. There's only one timeline and one reality. This is it. And it's not really a fabric, it's more of a mushy blob. Mushy blob of reality. Imagine that. So some little differences can happen, but the mushy blob of reality just kind of congeals over the changes. And then time keeps on rocking. Wait, what time is it?
It is 2:13 in the morning.
Oh, that's perfect. Right, look outside. Now, remember the word balls, okay? You looking? Here we go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. Okay, I might have been a bit ambitious with the old countdown there. Forget the countdown. It's definitely going to happen any moment now. I'll try the countdown again. 3. No, I'm not going to bother with it, actually. But it's definitely going to, any moment now.
Band meeting?
that is Reese Darby there as time traveler Casper in a movie called Relax, I'm from the Future. This is a sci-fi comedy film directed by Luke Higginson, actually directed by him and based on a short film that he created in 2013. He just expanded on it and got in some big name actors to play the roles. But basically, Casper is a time traveler, comes back to the 2020s. And really, we're not exactly sure why he came back. He says he's got a reason, but we're not exactly sure why he came back. It's a comedy. It really, like, basically he makes every time traveler mistake that you can make. He tells somebody that he's a time traveler. He interacts with things that maybe he shouldn't interact with. He uses sports betting to his advantage. Like, basically he blows all the rules, and I love that. It's really, really funny. It's got a really cute a style to it. He meets this woman named Holly, played by Gabrielle Graham, and she was in The Expanse, something called 21 Thunder on Netflix. She's been in her list is got a lot of stuff. She's a Canadian actress. Nobody else really in this thing that you would recognize, but that's okay, because Rhys Darby is so good at this. He carries every scene that he's in and makes the whole thing a lot of fun. This actually got the third best Canadian movie prize at the Fantasia Film Festival in 2022.
Oh, that's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Third best Canadian film, kind of like the best New Zealand folk rock duo.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that has a real Concorde, Flight of the Conchords vibe.
It really does. Yeah, this has that level of humor. Again, it's called Relax, I'm from the Future. It is on Amazon Prime, and you'll have a great time watching this.
And it's a Rhys Darby showcase. Yeah, like
that's what you want
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Did you watch his? Did you watch the flag?
The Our Flag Means Death.
The flag. Yes. Did you see the flag?
The death of the flag.
Keep going. Keep going. Yep.
The death of the flag. Our flag. It's Our Flag Means Death is the one you're looking for.
Our Flag Means Death. Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't seen it, but when it got canceled, I got all sour and said, well, why should I start this if they canceled it early?
Because it's funny.
I watched the first season and it was okay.
I watched the first episode. Yeah, I watched the first episode and it didn't grab me. And I love Rhys Darby and I love
Hodor.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Please watch it, Scott. Watch it for Christian Nairn. Do it for Christian.
I'll do it for Christian. Yeah. I mean, look, everything in that is supposed to be my jam, and I wanted to see it. I just thought, well, I'll catch up on all this, and then they announced, oh, it's getting killed early, and I went, this happens with everything that gets killed early. I just get annoyed, and I'm like, well, why am I going to invest in your freaking
Why
thing?
should I even start if it got canceled? You know why? Because now you have a finite number of episodes to watch.
Yeah, good point. Does it end well? Like, does it end in a place where I'm going to be satisfied? Or
I think it did.
Okay.
I think it did, and because it's kind of like a show in a bottle. Right, like when you have, there's some concepts that don't need to go on forever, right? Because in order to make more episodes, they'd have to change what the story's about. You know, like they tell a good joke and they tell it enough times.
Right, right. I get it. I will definitely want to see this movie, Brian. It sounds great. I don't know how I missed. It's not even on my radar.
I wouldn't have even known about this if I hadn't seen it in a trailer for something else that we watched, and immediately wrote it down as like, okay, that looks hilarious. We need to watch it. And it's Domo says it's also on Freevee. Yeah, it was. I don't know how else I would have found out about this thing if it weren't for a trailer, because I haven't seen anything else about it. But God, the stuff that happens right after the clip I played is hilarious, and it's just a really, really fun movie.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, Relax, I'm from the Future on Prime and apparently on Freevee.
That sounds good. Well, Freevee and Prime are the same now, right? Aren't they the same? Don't they own Freevee?
No,
at least one.
Freevee isn't that the rebranded IMDb?
Yeah, but Amazon owns all that, so I think they're.
Yeah, it's like a Venn diagram where Amazon has almost the entire circle of Freevee inside it. Is that the deal?
Yeah, because sometimes I'll see a thing, it'll say
Venn diagram as much as
I'll see stuff on Prime. It'll say, hey, this is on Prime, and I'm like, sweet, I'll go watch it on Prime, and I'll get there, and it's actually just taking me to Freevee. So I think
I guess for those people who don't pay for Amazon Prime, Freevee will still allow them to watch it with ads, right? Isn't that
Correct.
the deal?
Yeah. Still ad. It's a ad supported thing, but yeah, it's good. Actually, I kind of like Freevee. Freevee's all right. I like Tubi. I like Freevee. I like Pluto. They're all cool.
It is kind of funny how if you go to any Bezos site, you get directed over to Amazon somehow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no.
IMDb is covered in links to Amazon.
Yeah, they want you to buy batteries and cloths or whatever you do. Whatever you're doing on whatever it is you're up to on Amazon, they want you over there.
And I will just say it one more time because it needs to be said, but there was a TV show, speaking of Freebie, there's a television show called Sprung about, it's from Garcia, the guy who did Earl, My Name is Earl, and
that whole string of
Raising
things.
Hope, all those things.
Yeah.
It's stars Garrett Dillahunt, and it's fantastic. It's on Freevee. It's called Sprung, and I can't believe more people have not watched it and loved it because it's,
Was that a recommendal?
that was a recommendal. That was not only a
I must be
recommendal,
wrong.
but that was at the top of my list for end of year favorite recommendals.
I don't even remember you recommending this.
I kind
I
of
think
do.
it might have been before. It might have been before you came back with us.
Oh,
for
Yeah,
this segment.
I have a memory
yeah,
of
that's
this.
what I was going for a while.
Yeah.
But Sprung on Freevee.
Get it.
Freaking Martha Plimpton, Garrett Dillahunt. I mean, yeah, there's the Kate Walsh. Kate Walsh is in there. Favorite actress, Kate Walsh.
Brian, maybe she was in your dream. Just kidding.
Fred freaking Grandy.
What?
Gopher.
Fred Grandy.
Fred Grandy.
Sign me up. All right.
Love Boat's own Gopher. on this
Oh
thing.
man, that's fantastic.
Chris Bauer, who you know from everything. Anyway, that's Sprung, but I'm recommending Relax Up from the Future.
Yeah, both good choices, both on Freevee. Go check them out. All right, let's swing on over to Nicole. Nicole, let's set up your clip as well. What do you have here?
I have a show that I absolutely love. It is on Apple TV, Apple Plus, whatever the hell you have.
Yeah.
Um,
Death flag, something like
I
that.
came across this.
Our Apple TV means
Is
plus.
it flag, death? Yeah. I hope Mateo's smiling at all this.
I came across
Yeah.
this.
Sorry, we're lagging a little bit and we are getting it late.
he
My
went
bad.
inside.
No, you go ahead.
We were driving to the shop, so I came across this. I think it was an article on Facebook, maybe, that was like talking about the show and talking about the twist, and that is what, because I was like, oh, I like that guy, and okay, I'm up for a show that has a twist at the end. I wonder what the twist is. I haven't gotten to the twist. It's 8 episodes. I'm on 7.5, and holy crap, has it gotten good. And here's the thing. Once I get to the twist, I don't know what the twist is, but it's good. And you guys would love it.
No matter what the twist ends up being, right now you are satisfied with what you've gotten so far, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's such a good show. It's very. Do you remember that video game that came out? What was it? Neo Noir. What the hell was it? Where you played a
Noir?
detective.
L.A. Noir.
L.A. Noir.
Neo Noir. What the hell? But yeah, L.A. Noir. It gives me those vibes. So go.
Nice.
All right,
cool.
some sweet detective business. Let's check it out.
Would you mind? Guns make me nervous. Thank you.
What are you doing here, man?
I've been hired by your grandfather to look into the disappearance of your sister. If you want to call him or his attorney, Mr. Kinsey, they'll confirm what I just said.
Oh, that's right. I believe you.
Good. So now we can get back to our initial exchange.
Our what?
Well, I told you why I'm here, but you still haven't told me what you're doing here.
My dad told me to come here.
Really?
I'm supposed to come here every day to see if Olivia's back.
Where'd you get the keys?
My dad.
Bernie has a set of keys to the condo that Jonathan bought your sister.
Half sister, but yeah.
Why didn't you just ring or knock on the door?
What?
All right. I cannot wait to see this show.
Same here.
I'll watch Colin Farrell eat a sandwich. I love his stuff.
So,
man.
So the show is called Sugar. That Colin Farrell plays John Sugar, who is a PI, but he's something more. Haven't figured that out yet, but holy crap. I love the stylized way they tell this story. They bring in like old movie clips. And the intro to the show is very artsy, fartsy, cool. Like Colin Farrell, to me, I've never really been a big Colin Farrell fan. He kind of looks gross most of the time. But
maybe as the Penguin. I don't know.
Holy crap. I'm a Colin Farrell fan now after this show.
Yes.
He's an executive producer of this show too.
Yeah.
It's James Cromwell is in it as well.
Oh, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Farmer pig, babe pig.
That'll do, Penguin. That'll do.
Yeah.
So he plays a very successful director in LA, and you're getting a view. I feel like there's scenes where the actors are talking. It's like I don't know. It's kind of a inside view on the shittiness of being an actor in LA.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just so good. And the whole point of the show is Colin Farrell's character Sugar is hired to find James Cromwell's granddaughter. And so that exchange that you were listening to, he went to her apartment and her half brother showed up there with his bodyguard and all that. And so you're getting these very complex layered characters, and they did such an amazing job in 8 episodes, and they're only like 30 minutes for each episode. Honestly, if I didn't have kids, I would have binged it in one night.
Yeah.
But I'm having to like dole it out every night, and I kind of sneak an episode in. But holy moly, it's a good show.
I can't wait. You know, low key, Apple TV has yet to make anything objectively bad. I don't know what they got going on over there. Money, I guess.
Agree.
But
yeah,
it's crazy how good everything is.
So far, love being able to just say, all right, let's watch that and have it be good. You know, just like,
yeah. I mean, things are to different tastes, obviously, but I've yet to see something over there where I walked away going, well, that wasn't very good. Like, that just doesn't happen.
Oh,
to their credit.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, though, there's some trigger warnings in the show, self-harm, and that's further on in the episode. But there's something weird, mysterious going on with Sugar and like his backstory. And I still, on episode 7, I don't know what it is, but he has this relationship with this one woman, Amy Ryan. I recognize her face, but I didn't know
from
her
The Office. She was.
Hey, Brian, is it Amy Ryan?
Yes.
It's not Amy Ryan.
It's not Amy Ryan.
Okay.
Amy, the woman in my dream is a brunette.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. That's good. I just want to make sure we're good. I love Amy Ryan. She's fantastic.
Yeah. So his character has a really interesting relationship with her.
Oh, she's so good.
Like, it shows the complexity of people. Like, Colin Farrell has this as Sugar, you know, there's something about him that you're like, what is it about him? And she's talking to her girlfriend and she's like, is he cute? And she's like, yes and no. Like, it's like this weird
He's kind of gross.
Yeah. I think what is it you think? Maybe I need a woman's perspective. What is it about Colin Farrell that usually makes you look at him and just think he's gross?
He just looks like he smokes a lot.
I love it. No, that's amazing.
That's a really specific complaint. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I look like he smokes a lot. I mean, I love his diversity of roles is always really interesting to me. But this one where he's, I mean, he had an American accent in that second season of
True Detective.
True Detective, which he was a really strong part of that season. I thought his role was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, Rainbow Bright agrees with you 100%, Nicole. Totally agree on that. He looks like he smokes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll fall in love with him in this role, though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, did you ever see In Bruges?
Oh, that movie,
Nicole.
What?
In Bruges.
A movie called In Bruges. It looks like it's In Bruges, but it's pronounced In Bruges. It's him and Donald Gleason.
No,
right?
his dad. Donald's the
Brendan.
son. Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, that'll turn you around on. Well, if this hadn't have turned you around on Colin, that movie totally. Will,
it's such a good movie, dude. Yeah. Oh, I could
In
watch that.
In Bruges.
Yeah, I try.
In Bruges.
Whenever that streams, I try to just make sure I get a watch in. I just love that movie so much. It's so good. It's the same guy it's the same dude that directed Seven Psychopaths with him, and also directed the Inisherin thing, the Banshees of Inisherin.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Martin McDonough.
All great movies.
Yeah, that reconnected the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
So,
great.
yeah, there's something I don't know, not even supernatural, but I don't know. I feel like the twist is going to be like, what?
Maybe he's made of sugar. Oh!
Dorothy throws water on him, and he just melts.
He gets
into a pile.
sticky and hardened, and it's awful, and you won't be able to mix him into a good cake mix anymore. Oh no!
That's right. Currently not streaming, by the way, in Bruges.
Oh, that's a bummer because that movie rocks.
You said this, like the subtext of the show is that it sucks to be an actor in Hollywood, and it just like that phrase, "It sucks to be an actor in Hollywood." That could be the name of the Barry movie.
Yeah,
like if they make a movie following that series.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of movies and TV shows that could be subtitled "It Sucks to Be," and I think Dexter probably could do that, or Bosch, probably a season of Bosch could have been called "It Sucks to Be."
Did you see that they're going to have a prequel of Dexter?
Yeah, they got some kid as teenage Dexter already cast. What's it called? Original Sin, I think. Dexter Original Sin. It's called
Original Sin. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious about it. If it's done well, I'm in. But I have concerns.
Sure.
It's a weird thing to prequel, but anyway, because the show kind of prequeled anyway. They had all these times where he got long hair and pretended like he was 19 or whatever, and that was weird.
Well, I think they're going back to the kid days, like when they found him in the or what was it, a container or something?
Storage locker or storage container.
I just hope that
shipping container.
I hope they don't spend a lot of time with him killing cats and stuff like that, though. You know?
Oh God, I hope they don't spend any time with him killing cats.
Because that's what
it has to be.
serial killers do. They
his
start
cop dad that taught him to have rules and
yeah.
Who's playing his dad?
It's someone we know. It is.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I love how we go off on all these tangents.
I know, it's great. Well, this is what this whole show is. That Original Sin.
Big tangent.
Christian Slater?
Yes,
No.
Christian Slater. That is correct.
Christian Slater, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Christian Slater is the dad.
And you know what? If there's a sequel, there's a sequel. It should be called Nexter.
Nexter. Oh, this also claims Michael C. Hall's in it, so it might be a little flashbacky.
Oh yeah, it could be. Did I ever tell you about the time that I was a serial killer in Los Angeles growing up?
Yeah.
The time before I was a serial killer.
Before I was a serial killer.
You might be wondering. Yeah. Oh my gosh, have him narrate it like freaking.
Here are my 3 simple rules for how you could be a young serial killer in Los Angeles.
Very different show. All right. Well, Randy, we're going to roll over to you. Before we do, real quick, just a correction. The chat has reminded me. I thought Twitch Turbo had long been killed, but apparently that's still a thing you can pay for, and that gives you no ads on Twitch. My apologies. I didn't realize it was still a thing. Randy, not that you need to buy Turbo and give Bezos more money. Tell us about your movie and what clip we're going to play.
I want you guys to laugh. I want you to have fun, and that's why every few weeks I come at you with some stand-up comedy that I've seen and highly recommend. I watch all the stand-up comedy. I don't recommend most of it, but this is a stand-up who's been all over the place lately. I have seen her so much the last few weeks on like After Midnight and like all the SoCal podcasts and so on. So I went and found this comedy hour. It's fantastic. Play the clip.
Here you go.
Cool. So I love synchronized choreographed dances with other people. Yeah. Like I hate it when people do their own dances on the dance floor. No, we should always be synchronized. Right? It's more beautiful that way, right? Everyone on the dance floor telling the same story. Okay? So at one point, I started teaching my husband these choreographed dances, so we could do it together. I would shoot it, post it online. I would make him match with me, same outfit, same hairstyle, everything. Yeah. And at one point during one of these, my husband broke down and cried. Yeah, because I was being a terror. Yeah, I was like 5, 6, 7, 8. Get it right, keep your wig on. That was me. That was me, and he started crying, and he said to me, I hate doing these dances with you. I never want to do these with you ever again. And then he goes, because you always want to make us look like we're sisters.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
That is Atsuko Okatsuka.
Oh, well, that's why I don't know. All right.
and her special is called The Intruder. It is streaming on Max. It is so good. Like, I actually tried to give you the lowliest bit from the whole thing because, you know, I don't want to like spoil the best jokes.
Sure, right.
And she never misses. She tells stories like this the entire hour, never misses. She is so freaking funny.
Let's see. I'm trying to find. Have I seen her before?
Atsuko Okatsuka.
Oh,
yeah,
here
first
she is.
when I was pulling up the graphic for a split second, I thought it was the bowl cut gal from Pen 15 because she looks a little bit like her, but nope.
All right. Oh yeah, she does look like a lot like her. Yeah.
And I've said it before, but I just want to repeat. We are in a small comedy renaissance right now. It's thanks to the 1-2 punch of COVID and TikTok. TikTok came along and started paying comics, right, to go get clips of their shows and post them, and that sort of brought everybody up, like it's like a rising tide.
Yeah.
Comics of her level, of Atsuko Okatsuka's level, she's already like been working for a long time, right? She's like been doing this professionally for like 15 years. And so she was able to catapult on top of that. And the effect has just been awesome. Like there are so many, like if you guys aren't watching After Midnight, like I'm not recommending it because it's, you know, four nights a week show. And it's not like it's a streaming thing, but like seriously, check in on After Midnight every now and then. Like they're just showcasing all the best working comics.
I pull it up. Yeah, I pull it up more often than I probably expected I would, just because I look and see who's going to be on it. So it's like, oh, Jim Rash, great, got to see that one, and Tim and Flo from Progressive Insurance on that one, which is really funny. So yeah, that's a great recommendation too. Is After Midnight.
What slot did she take? Was it is it the old one that Ferguson had? Or not Ferguson.
The post Colbert spot.
Right. So what was that? What was that
English,
guy's name?
The English guy that sang in the car? Is it him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because he's
James
done.
Corden.
James
Thank
Corden
you.
he's out. So there's
Right.
now this.
And
okay.
and
Just
that
gotta remember
was,
which Jimmy he was. He was the Jimmy Corden. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like and After Midnight is capturing people that are definitely rising stars. Like last week they had a comedian named Laura Ramoso on, and you would only know her if you accidentally came across her on TikTok. Like there's no other way you would know Laura Ramoso, but she was hysterical on that show. And there's no doubt that, you know, she'll be getting full-fledged, S tier treatment by the streamers soon. There will be a Laura Ramoso comedy special.
Yeah. You know who's into it is Prime too these days, but Netflix loves doing comedy specials. So if you're good, they will probably give you one. Is my experience. Yeah.
And the reason I'm recommending this to you guys is because it's sort of down the middle comedy. She doesn't like The Intruder is like, that's the name of one of her that's like the title of one of her bits, but like it's just a bunch of great storytelling, you know? It's PG-13, it's fun, it's friendly, it's almost family friendly. Like it's just a little bit of edge, you know?
Right.
But like there are comedians who are killing it and they aren't doing anything weird. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And some of these explosive careers like oh shit, can't think of his name all of a sudden. Oh, Nate Bargatze, his meteoric rise to fame, like it happened almost overnight, was due to this TikTok, YouTube Shorts stuff, and he ended up doing a pandemic show outdoors in Vegas somewhere that really took off. And that was a moment for these guys. They're younger guys. No one had heard of most of these people, and they just exploded. And Nate's amazing. So like, I freaking love Nate. He's
if
really
you think
good.
of stand-ups in tiers, and they really are, right? There's like stand-ups in the S tier who are getting huge specials, and then in the A tier who can go sell out a big room, right? And so on. Like the B and C tiers are what's really lifting everybody right now. They're just all these comedians who are able to put their stuff online, go on TikTok, and find an audience. And like I say, there are some really, really good comedians who have been working really, really hard. They're getting uplift from all of this. And here you go. Here's a best example right now. As far
Okay,
as I'm concerned.
cool. And it's on Netflix. Give her name
On
one more
Max.
time. Or
We're
Max,
on
sorry.
Max.
Max. What's her name again?
This is Atsuko Okatsuka.
Got it. I'm gonna.
He didn't sound 100% sure as you were saying that.
because her name is not pronounced exactly the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
When she's on these shows, they have these huge cue cards for the host so they can get it right. And I don't have that.
Right.
Atsuko Okatsuka.
Nice. Check this out then, folks. I'm going to give you the shortest clip I've ever given.
Wow. Okay.
12 seconds is all you're going to get out of this one because I want you to watch this. If you're the desired audience for this, I want you to watch it without too much info. All right. So here is the clip.
It's my last question. As you sit here right now, did you kill Susan Berman?
No.
But if you had, you would lie about it, correct?
Correct.
Nothing further.
All right. That is all you're going to get out of that.
Wow.
This is HBO's Jinx Part 2. Did you see the Jinx back in 2015, everybody?
Saw that. Yeah. Watched that on the plane to, where was it? It was Tokyo, maybe, I think.
Yeah. And at the time, I felt like, this is old news. Like, how are we still talking about something 24
How is
years
he
later?
still alive?
He's not. He's dead.
He's not.
He's not. He's dead.
He is.
Yeah, he died in, let's see, I can tell you.
2022
Yeah.
or January 2022. He died.
Yeah. And this documentary, this follow-up documentary, which is the long-time term of it, is The Jinx Part 2, but it is The Jinx, The Life and Deaths of Robert Durst. And it's a follow-up after sort of the explosive final episode of the first series where he went into a bathroom, didn't know his mic was hot, and essentially talked to himself about the murders he did.
Kind of, confessed in the toilet.
Yeah, and that got a whole new trial started and all this other stuff. This is everything after that and what led to the next trial and how that went and who was involved and a bunch of sneaky people behind the scenes that you didn't even know were part of the problem. I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I thought the first Jinx was extremely well done, and I thought this was a great follow-up to it. It's a good, well-structured documentary that sticks to the testimony and recordings and things, that actually happened. It's not a lot of pontification. It's just sort of what it is. And this dude is a freaking psycho, man. Freaking psycho, this dude. If you don't like true crime documentaries, stay the F away. All right? That's the first one, too. You're not going to care about this if that's stuff you don't like. But if you like true crime documentaries, this is a good one. So tune in, find it on Max. It's available now in its entirety. They're all episodes are out, yes.
So my question is, the thing about Robert Durst's death that caught my attention and stuck with me was the question about whether he was killed with COVID, whether someone went and got someone who had COVID, rubbed their face on his face to make him die. And because he dies in the middle of being sentenced.
Yeah, not in the middle of being sentenced. He had been sentenced. Post-sentencing is when he died. So he was already...
I just want to know if this documentary is about that.
No, because they don't even get into cause of death. Dude, this guy was a sickly mess by the end anyway. During his sentencing, he's sitting there during his sentencing with 15 tubes hanging out of him. He's confined to a wheelchair. He's got all these health problems. So I don't even know. They don't even get into the cause of death. They're just he dies shortly after his sentencing. And he, in some ways, that was his way of finally escaping prison time, was go ahead and just die before you have to really, truly serve it. It's interesting. He has this friend that was his best friend his whole life, and it ends up being a really interesting part of the documentary. And I really felt for that guy because he was this. He was weirdly torn between loyalty to a friend and seeing the writing on the wall and understanding what had probably happened right under his nose, and having to admit to the fact that this guy who was charismatic and all these things, the loads and loads of money and influence and all this, was somehow also responsible for shooting people in the back of the head. He just couldn't reconcile it. And his whole story I just found kind of heartbreaking. So there's some good stuff in there. Again, if you'd like it,
cover it up.
Yeah, this friend not so much. In fact, he's more known for finally realizing what was going on and telling the truth when asked. But there are other people in here who absolutely covered shit up. In particular, what's her name on this thing here somewhere? Can't find her name. Is it Gilberta? No. Anyway, the wife that is legally his wife during his death. That lady, we need to keep an eye on her, dude. Freaking
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All
There's
right.
some dark shit going on there. Anyway, it's a very intriguing kind of finale to the thing that started with the original Jinx, and I think it's worth following up on. It's reviewing well, and I don't think it's just me that likes it. So if you like this kind of thing, get in there and get it on Max today. The Jinx Part 2.
I have a rule against sequels to documentaries, right? And it's a rule that I established when they came out with extra episodes for Tiger King, and they were terrible. And I'm like, you know what? I'm never going to give these a chance again.
Yeah. No, it happens. I mean, sometimes they're bad. Like Tiger King really soured me on Netflix documentaries for them.
Sensational documentaries, yeah, from Netflix.
Yeah, and I don't know what. I mean, there've been good documentaries on there since. It just when you have one that is that sensational and that stupid, and you're trying to like capitalize on it in the way that they did, it really sours your reputation as like a good documentary source. And I don't know, that kind of bummed me out. I've never quite given Netflix the documentary time that I used to, unless it's like nature or something.
But you feel like HBO's doing.
I think HBO's doing a good job. Yeah, I haven't really run into anything. Although there's a lot of that Discovery, some of the Discovery docs that are on there now, they're just automatic poop. They're not good since all the changes over at Max. But the ones HBO has their names on, those have all been pretty great.
What was there was a documentary about a guy who killed a census taker, or at least she disappeared while she was on his property. And they put his family through trial, but there was, one person was probably mentally just shouldn't have been on trial, and they coerced him into admitting guilt for it. What was it?
Geez.
Oh,
I don't know.
It was
I have
like
no idea.
And they came out with a follow-up, and I think it was also Netflix, and there were like maybe 3 seasons of it, To Catch a Killer or to Making a Murderer.
Is that the one?
Making a Murderer? I don't remember a census taker being killed.
Yeah, that was just the compound down in that guy. Oh yeah, I watched both those series. Those were good. But I don't.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, okay. I guess it wasn't. Was it a census? It was somebody who had come to his house and disappeared. Yeah, Making a Murderer. I remember we got a bunch of seasons, and it kept coming back, and we never really got closure on the Brendan Dassey, who was the kid, the younger kid who was
compelled into confessing a crime he didn't commit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's 2 seasons. I felt like the second season did a pretty good job of that part.
It didn't. No, it did not. There was the second season ended with him about to be tried again, and they didn't do a 3rd season till like.
Oh, maybe they will when his stuff's done. Who knows?
Maybe, but it's been 6 years, or 6 years since the.
Oh yeah, 2015 and 2018. Jeez.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe we're done with it. That's the Ken Kratz
guy.
guy.
Done with it.
That's where we got Ken Kratz, Brian.
Right, Ken Kratz. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Brian's.
Come over and look at my legal briefs. Okay.
That guy, dude. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, there you have it. These are all up on quicktms.li if you want to follow that. And you can find that link at TMS or on the TMS website, frogpants.com/TMS. I wish you both just nothing but a thrilling week of life and happiness and joy.
Thrilling.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Do what you want. It's your oyster. All right. Crack it open. Put some sauce in there. Make it yours.
Say less.
Say more, say less.
Say less.
I'll tell you what, I'm good.
Oh, too late. Cut you off. Sorry. I think
I guess it was a photographer. It wasn't a census taker. Lecter. Hannibal Lecter had the census taker.
That's right. It's easy to mix all this stuff up.
Easy. Yes, exactly.
I just remember they had a fire pit and he burned the bones in a fire pit, they said, or something. Or maybe he didn't, but maybe he did. I don't know. That whole thing was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, God, it was so crazy. Yeah.
All right, we're done, and we're out of here. Frogpants.com/TMS for all the stuff you guys might need. We're only left with one thing to do, and that is for Brian to play a song so that we can feel good about our life.
Good thing you mentioned that, because I have one.
Oh, good.
Holy cow.
Oh, good.
Casey wrote in and said, "Dear Bait and Switch, I'd like to request a song for my 46th birthday. Yes, that means I'm old, and I get the old lady soundbite."
Oh, all right. I can give you that. How about we play that now?
Happy birthday.
There you go.
Nice. I'm a metalhead and love everything heavy metal, old and new. I don't have a particular song in mind, so I'm leaving it in the cover master's capable hands to choose a metal cover. If it helps narrow things down, my favorite old school bands are Metallica and Iron Maiden. Scott, could I get an old school Winning from Charlie Sheen if it's not lost on one of your broken hard drives? Love the show, though, Casey.
Man, that was a while ago, but let's see.
Yeah.
I think I still have that, though.
First year of TMS, we had the whole Charlie Sheen thing.
Let's see if I've got that. Winning, right? Yeah, I would have said Winning. Okay, here we go. Oh, good.
Winning.
Still have it.
Oh, nice. Still got it.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Metallica, sure. I'm not going to pull from their excellent Garage Inc. Album, which is some amazing covers of bands that influenced them, but I'm going to go even further back to something that I picked up in 1990. One of the first cover albums I owned. It was a double CD from Elektra for their 40th anniversary called Rubaiyat. And this had a bunch of up-and-coming Elektra artists doing covers of older Elektra artists. Metallica being the newer and Queen being the older. So here's Metallica covering Queen's Stone Cold Crazy from Rubaiyat.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
It's me. I got your kid.
Oh, well, all right then.